Alright, so what we're seeing here is a blue Zerg player in the top left side from Alpha X. He is RAGNAROK. In the bottom right, a red Zerg fighting for the Jinnah green wings. He is Rogue. Alright, so predicting this one. I hate to go against my buddy, but you know what? He's going spawning pool first. It kind of shows that he is willing to throw it down. It's a bit of a cheating here for me to predict right now, I suppose. Okay, so overall build order wise, it's looking okay for RAGNAROK here. I think he has a serious shot at this, honestly. He went for the spawning pool first. Rogue's doing the hatchery into gas into the 17 pool as well. So this is about as greedy as you can get away with. May still be able to kind of deny ultimate damage from being taken here, but he's going to have to take damage in some way. In some way, shape, or form. There's no way around it, really. Either he has to pull drones, or he has to cancel the hatchery, or something like that, but he's just going to have to take damage. That's what it comes down to. There's no gas behind this for RAGNAROK, so RAGNAROK not going full committed to this. But this is still quite a scary thing here, of course, for Rogue to suddenly have to deal with. That's the first initial Zerglings. Drone trying to come across being like, alright, you know what, I can go full efficiency mining here. Started up a queen in his natural, so I'm assuming he's going to pull the drones. That's exactly what is going to happen here. Let's see if RAGNAROK does manage to get a good surround on some of those. Does already get one of them. Oh, splitting up those Zerglings right here. Getting a little bit fancy right now. Cleaning up one or more drone in the main. 3 of them have gone down so far. Just getting all these drones right now. Oh my god, he's getting a lot of them. He's getting quite a good amount. 6. Should be able to get one more. There we go, 8 of them. The main base has been cleaned up as well. 8 drones in total. Puts him ahead with a 3-worker lead at this point in time. And, of course, he had extra income right now because his drones were just happily mining while the ones for Rogue were, well, we're trying to do a little bit of fisticuffs right there. Rogue may just be able to do a counter-attack here, though. I mean, those are 6 Zerglings with... Were there more on the way? Yeah, there's just a big swell of Zerglings right now being made. RAGNAROK, he's still droning, and this could become very, very dangerous. I mean, he sees that there's only 6 Zerglings. He's moved his Overlord backwards. He needs to start making Zerglings right now himself. He needs something here, because this is going to be incredibly scary. Okay, he's coming in with these 2 Zerglings. They need to get the scouts. They need to see that there's a big... Oh, he doesn't get to see it. So he's just still droning. He's still droning. He's like, alright, I can do this. I'm ahead on workers. I'm just going to get further ahead on workers. If he tries to remake his workers, I'm going to be just ahead on workers, right? That's the plan right here for RAGNAROK, but he doesn't know that there's just a massive wave of Zerglings being bulked up inside of the base of Rogue. They are going to come across the map here, and we're going to need to see a very good crisis management coming out of RAGNAROK now. Alright, does go for the full wall of that. It's a good start. Has those Evo chambers up rather early on, so they should get an alright amount of the... Oh, it's being blocked. The Zerglings blocking the entranceway. They do not get blocked by the Evo chambers. That is an horrendous start to all of this for RAGNAROK. He was ahead on the workers, but that is going to be short-lived right now. He's going to have to be kicking himself for not being able to get that wall up right there. He moved his queens away from the entrance, and now that is the worst thing that could have happened. Oh dear lord, 16 workers do go down. RAGNAROK still having an alright amount of Zerglings coming out, but that's not enough. GG is called. Oh man, that is a painful one. That is a painful loss right there. Ho 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 ho. Yeesh, Rogue doing a little bit of a sneaky play right there, but it worked out. Well played there by the red Zerg. RAGNAROK not being able to get his wall up. And not being able to just kind of keep his queens in the right location. It makes a little bit of sense, right? Where you don't want the queens in the front. You want just buildings, the full wall off there. Would have probably been just relatively a little bit better. But then again, I mean, it's quite a whole bunch better to have queens in the wall instead of just the zerglings running through, right? That is just oof. All right, so game number 2. He asked for it though. That's a good way to put it. That's how I always feel as well. When somebody rushes me with zerglings, it's just like, all right, well, you just asked to be zergling rushed right now, and then you make yourself a big flood of lings, maybe the baneling nest as well, and you're like, all right, well, we're doing this now. You threw down the towel and or the gauntlets, and I'm ready to pick it up. That's just this entire battle right now. Zerglings and banelings. That's all. No banelings involved in this one, of course. We never even got there, but still a funny time. Here we go. Game number 2. Getting caught off guard after finding his opponent's caught off guard. Needs to stay on top of things a little bit better here, it would appear. He's the blue Zerg in the top right side. He's Alpha X. He is Ragnarok. Bottom left side, the red Zerg. Fighting for the Jinnah green wings. He is Rogue. Absolute champion class Zerg right here, of course. People said he was being a little bit watched as well for a long time, but he has been able to make a bit of a comeback happen. Let me take a look actually how or which players Rogue went up against to get here again. Rogue went up against players such as Kure, Zhaun, and Time. So he managed a 2-1 Time and 2-0 Cures. That was very impressive. Not looking all that promising here. If Bunny does have to go up against Rogue, that is probably going to be his worst feared opponent in this entire group overall. It's looking likely right now that Rogue will be able to move on forwards, of course. Ragnarok, not going for any type of cheese this time around, is just going to stick to the good, true, and tested macro. Same for Rogue right here. Of course, in ZVZ, that could all switch on the flip of a dime. It's like with every wave of lava injects, you're like, alright, do I go for it? Do I not go for it? Is this a droning, or is this let's just unleash the floodgates? But that previous game, that really felt like... I saw this... you guys may have seen it as well on the subreddit for StarCraft, where there was this post about, like, just an entire room being flooded by water, and then there's just, like, this one pipe that is just spewing out an immense, ungodly amount of water overall, and then it says something like, that one moment when you leave your wall open against the Zerg. Something like that. And, well, yeah, that was the epitome of all of that, right? It really was. So both of them going for the 3 bases right now. 3 base play. Baneling Nest here for Mr. Rogue coming in. And on the top side, we got Ragnarok suddenly making 22 lings. There's no Baneling Nests yet, though, right? Okay, there's the Roach Warren. It's an interesting... So he's gonna most likely try to deny the 3rd base here of his opponents. Where this fight will probably take them. Rogue already having that Baneling Nest, though, he is, well, theoretically prepared, right? Theoretically, he shouldn't take any damage right now, but... theories sometimes fall apart when the rubber hits the road, so... let's see how this goes. Yeah, that base actually, there's a beautiful cancel right there. Just in the nick of time, and those Zerglings, don't you run up there recklessly. Okay, he's very careful with this. Now he just backs up. That's a perfect way of doing things right here, I would say. Just don't overcommit right now. Play it cool, play it safe. Check out whether your opponent is going to go for drones or for a offensive set of units right here. And you should be okay. Ragnarok, in fact, making a lot of roaches. Doesn't want to get counter-attacked once again here. It's a delicate balance. Looking whether for you can drone or bulk up here. And this is also some pretty good mind games, I would say, from Rogue, right? After that first game, where he did, in fact, just open up the floodgates, just immediately went for a ton of links as soon as he got economically behind. This time around, he's going for the drones. He's tacking up. He's going a different pathway to catch his opponent off guard once again here. And Ragnarok, well, Ragnarok, he's making a lot of units. He may be looking for a secondary attack with a lot of roaches. That could work theoretically as well. And should be able to get him in a nice position here because, well, he has more production available, right? He has that third base with a queen. He should have more larvae to work with right now than his opponent. Rogue going for the spine crawler walls. That is a good idea. Let's see. Ooh, not the greatest first bit of battle there for Ragnarok, of course. Zerglings did manage to run into the main base here of Ragnarok, so they're just keeping a lot of the Zerglings busy. Busy work, definitely an important thing here. Okay, those spine crawlers are in such a wonderful position. It's quite difficult to really get on top of those. The Banelings do manage to get on top of them, though. Let's see, only one spine remains there. The Banelings for Rogue need to get out to come and play here. The Zerglings on the other side did manage to, well, keep a lot of those Zerglings busy, but the roaches here are the real problem. 20 more Zerglings on the way. The spine crawlers, more of them did manage to get completed. The Banelings on the top side. Ooh, that is some good micro there from Rogue as well. Does manage to get some pretty okay connections, but things are still looking so incredibly rough right now for the red Zerg. Zerglings now on top of the drones, taking more damage again here. Drones have to be pulled. Mutalisk are on the way, but the Mutalisk, are they going to be coming out here in time? That is the problem, of course. That is... Oh, no, that could be massive. Imagine if that hits. Oh, dear. There's the fuse. Yeah, this is never going to work out anymore. I think Ragnarok did manage to tie up the series here. GG is called. Equaled out. Equalize already. What's that mean? What's that mean? What's that mean? Wonderful stuff there by Ragnarok. Does manage to make it work that time around. Did not overgreed after getting himself ahead. He's just like, you know what, let me just make units. And if you don't make units to counterattack, then, you know what, I'll just go attack you. And if you do, I should be set up already as well for that potential. Go a bit dicey, maybe one or two extra spine crawlers, and that probably wouldn't have worked out. The spine crawlers as well for Rogue, just barely not in time, right? It felt like they just barely did not manage to get the get completed at the moment where they wanted to. So, all right, let's see what happens here in the game number 3. Juggernaut is going to be our final battlefront, and, well, relatively big map. Gonna have to watch out for those speed zones, I suppose, with the Banelings and such rolling around. But, yeah, should be interesting. Should be interesting indeed. Can Ragnarok do it? I mean, he showed it's possible, right? Game number 1, he got himself ahead, then he got over greedy, right? Just misjudging the situation and what Rogue would go for. That's a loss, that's a loss. But he almost won that one. Definitely a very winnable position after that cheese. Now, the second game, again, coming in with quite a good, reasonable forced third base being taken out. And then just bringing it home. So, I don't know. So far, in this EVC, Ragnarok did impress me a little bit more so, although the first game, of course, just a little bit of a build order. Yeah, it's hard to say, right? It really is. Both of these players kind of showcasing some good stuff overall. Really showing that it can go both ways. In the bottom left side, we have a blue Zerg player from Alpha X. He is RAGNAROK. Going for the gas trick right now. In the top right side, we have a red Zerg fighting for the green wings. He is Rogue. Huh. I would still, like, you know, I would still give the advantage here to Rogue. I think on a bigger map like this, the advantage just kind of goes to that type of player, right? That would be more likely to win. Where's the IBM manager caster? What's this? Who is the IBM manager caster? Unfortunately, I am here instead. Right, anyway. What we're seeing here is, again, quite a bit of the... quite a bit of a macro game. I cast with the IBM manager. I see, I see. Is it rushy? Is that what you mean? Is it rushy? My compadre in the overall casting leagues. Yes? Ah. He's probably sleeping. He's probably sleeping. Looks like an IBM. Alright, alright. I can see that. Yeah, sure. It's a fair point. Dark has been having a rough go of it lately. Yeah, I mean, definitely not the same good old Dark that you would just always be like, alright, yeah, he's gonna win, isn't he? The Korean Cyril, right there. But, yeah, I mean, just the overall performances he still gives. Still being able to take out a lot of great players. I don't know. I wouldn't want to look over him anytime. I doubt that he's gonna fall very much further behind than when we're seeing him right now, right? It's gonna be hard to imagine him anyway. It's more likely that he's gonna be coming up again instead of falling down further overall. Unless of his injury is just too much to handle, of course, that would... Which would just be a shame overall. It does sometimes feel a little bit like we're just... With StarCraft 2, like, we have quite a few old players overall. With a lot of experience, and they're very smart and everything, but... At the same time, StarCraft 2 is such a taxating game on your overall body and... your wrists in particular, and your arms and such, that... It feels like we're in a gaming house elderly home sometimes, like, well, this guy has this injury, and, well, this man has this, and we just talk about their ailments in a way, right? Which is rough, but you know what? Definitely something important to talk about as well. I mean, it's not just happening in StarCraft 2, of course. Just that we happen to have a lot of older players overall because the game has been out for so long, you know? It's been going for, what, 10 years? They're injuries from the war, that's right. That's a good way to put it. Right, anyway, guys, RAGNAROK once again showcasing his true nature. He's gonna go for it here, trying to get rid of those banelings. Careful not to... Oh, that was a good detonation there by Rogue. Maybe just a bit of a whiffed micro, perhaps. Let's see... And the baneling control of Rogue here, very, very impressive. Careful. Man, this is a scary part, isn't it? Scary moment in time. This is also one of these things, right? It's definitely helped out Rogue to have a bigger map. He's having a better time just to kind of prepare overall. Has the banelings out right now. Has creep spread between his... natural and his third base. To be fair, RAGNAROK did take a bit more time as well. Oh, great catch there on a lot of Zerglings. But yeah, RAGNAROK also having a bit of extra time to get himself into the baneling attack as well. Did not want to do the same Zergling aggression. Oh, that was a big one. Oh, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. It's like pro wrestling. Gotta bring the old dogs because the new ones aren't good enough. That's right. That's right. Where is the Undertaker? Bring him back. Bring him back. Right, good catch here on a couple of those roaches. Nice bit of micro, making them into the Ravager cocoons. None of them going down that way. That's lovely stuff. Couple of circlings here, checking around, seeing that there's no drones on that third. Ragnarok realizing, alright, all I gotta do is prepare the defenses. All he has to do is man the walls, man every bit of defense that he can. Get some spine crawlers out, for goodness sake. Ragnarok, all you need to do is defend this right here, right now. This bush could be the end. Or it could be him getting to a wonderful position overall. But so far, it looks like this is starting to get a bit dicey here. Circlings on top of those roaches still. Too many roaches alone already to face here for Ragnarok. Does not have what he needs. His spine crawler at the front there, getting targeted down by the roaches on the other side of the wall. That's it. Yeah, Ragnarok has to tap out. GG is called.